This is a very important question. How can we recognize that the jinn is possessing a person, and how can we cure the person? As far as the cure, we'll speak a little bit about exorcism in Islam versus exorcism in Christianity and other religions. That would be best if you address this. But now there are certain features or symptoms that if the person is physiologically fit, like you go to the doctor, you say you don't have a problem with your pulmonary system, you don't have a problem with your digestive system, but you always have sickness, stomachic, or you always cough. So all the exams and physical tests, everything is negative. But in this case, we look into other symptoms, which could be simply due to being possessed by the jinn. Somebody who has severe headache or migraine constantly without a problem. If the person cannot tolerate hearing the adhan or listening to the Quran, and he was not like that before, then this is as a result of being possessed by the shaitan or due to a magical spell or an evil eye, and so on. We'll speak about the remedy, inshallah azza jal. Sometimes a person behaves weirdly, particularly with his spouse, because most of the magical spells or the positions due to the marital relations. Somebody wants to distance somebody from her spouse or his spouse, and so on. So that's why the person will behave outside differently than when he comes home. He will just pick up a fight for no reason. When he comes home,
this is mentioned in Surah Baqarah.
Naam. Sometimes the Satan or the jinn who's possessing the person may speak on his tongue.
Yes,
so you will
I've
hear
heard it, by the way.
You'll hear a female. That happens whenever a professional qari or a person who gives ruqya starts reciting the ayat which pertains sihr and magic in Surah Al-Baqarah and so on.
I read Ayatul Kursi on one and heard it just...
and a female will sound as a male.
Yeah, it was. Usually we found that if it's a woman, it's a male's voice, and if it's a male, it's a woman's voice.
Yeah, usually, but not all the time, of course.
No, it's not always.
Sometimes the person fails to have an intimate relation with his or her spouse, and constant miscarriage could also be due
miscarriage.
to miscarriage. Jazakallah khairan, barakallah fiqh. Could be also due to that. So that's why these are some of the symptoms. I don't want to go further because some people will say, "Yeah, I always see bad dreams." Well, it happens because you eat a heavy meal before you go to sleep. So this is not a nightmare, nor is it something due to being possessed by the jinn, but due to something else, like eating heavily before going to sleep, or eating late, and so on, or watching a horror movie. So there are many symptoms, but these are some of the very prominent symptoms. If the person is physiologically and physically fit, but has these symptoms, then in this case, we ask a sheikh or a qari to recite certain ayat, and the person himself can do that, reciting Surah Al-Baqarah entirely in the same sitting. Reciting Surah Al-Baqarah keeps the shaitan and the household safe, keeps the house and the household safe from the shaitan for 3 consecutive days, whether you recite it in the morning or in the evening, reciting Ayatul Kursi as you described, and reciting Al-Mu'awwidhat, ayat pertaining As-Sihr in Surah Al-Baqarah, وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ حَتَّى يَقُولَا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ فِتْنَةٌ, etc.
Don't forget Surah Fatiha.
Surah Al-Fatiha, Umar ibn Khattab used to use it as a ruqya by itself. It's also prescribed to bring 7 leaves of the lot tree or the sidr, grind them and dissolve them in water.
What tree?
The lot tree or a sidr. Okay? And you can find them at certain places who sell herbs. So we recite on them Ayatul Kursi, Al-Mu'awwidhat, and Surah Al-Fatiha, and you can shower with them, or you can make wudu with them.
Can you put them in the bathtub?
Yes, and you can sit in that too as well. That will help you a lot, inshallah.
You mentioned something earlier about
exorcism.
Yeah, but they ask about putting something in the bowl. The sister asked about...
No, the sister was saying that, can I recite Quran or center water and drink it? She said Zamzam water. I said yes, because it can be water.
I thought she said, can we write something down and put it in there?
That can be done if it is written by saffron, not by ink, of course, because it is not. It's poisonous, and you soak the water itself
But you can actually write out something in Arabic and put it in there?
Quran, not anything.
I wanted you to say that.
Barakallah.